In this C code prompts the user to enter a number greater than 9 and then calculate the sum of the digits. If the resulting sum is still greater than or equal to 10, it further calculates the sum of the digits of that result. The purpose of this code to reduce a number to a single digit number, single digit sum by summing the digit repeatedly. So in the first line we include the header file and then we declare our function that name sum of digit. Okay, this sum of digit function will the sum of digit function we pass an argument in this function and this function will calculate the sum of digit of that number. After we will enter in our main function. Inside the main function we declare our three variables in integer data type, the num, result and final sum. So in the fifth line the printf function, in this function we display the user to enter a number that should be greater than 9 and we take the user input by scanf function and then we check the and after that we will check the user input whether it is greater than 9 or not. So inside the if block, if scope, we call our sum of digit function and pass the pass our argument num inside the function and stores the return value in final sum variable. Okay, after that I put a nested if inside our main if statement. This inside if checks the final sum uh, checks the final sum to the 10 if whether it is greater or equal to 10. If it is greater or equal to 10, then it will again call the sum of digit function and pass the final sum inside as an argument inside the function and in return it will get the sum of digit of that final sum. Okay, and that return value will stored in the result. Now it is our final nested if. In this if statement we will check the final sum result, the final sum value which is stored in the result, whether it is greater than 10 or equal to 10. If it is greater than 10, it is greater than 10, then it will come in the else part, the summation is greater than 9, or if it is less than 10, the summation is less than 10. Okay, so now come to our function which we use to calculate the sum of the digit. So let's see how it basically works. So we declared the function in the top and call the function inside our main function, and we wrote the definition of the function in the bottom of our code. So okay, let's break down the function. So inside the function we declare the final sum. Okay, this is not declare, we are declaring this final sum variable in the main function also. So we have to declare the final sum here also, because it is another scope. Okay, here we declare the final sum, and then we start our for loop. The for loop, inside our for loop, we skip the uh, we skip our counter variable, because we don't have the counter variable in this loop. So after that we put the condition. The condition is num should be greater than 0, and then we skip the updation also, and we do the updation inside the loop. Okay, that's not a big problem. So inside the loop we have the final sum and the plus equal to operator. That means final sum equal to final sum plus the num which we have inside our parameter as an argument, and the num is divided is moduled by 10. That means each time we divided num by 10, the last digit of the num will be stored inside our final sum. Suppose we have entered 5 6 7. So if we divide the 5 6 7 567 with 10, module with 10, then the 7 at the last digit of the number will store last digit of the number will return. Okay, and the return will be plus should be plus in our final sum. Okay, and after that we have to update our counter. So in here update, we keep divide our num variable, num value with 10, because we have to uh, reduce the number by one digit from the right side to calculate the remainder each time and sum that remainder in final sum. By dividing the num each time by 10, it reduce the digit of the number from the right side. So by repeating this process once in a time, the num variable, the number should be less than 0, and then the loop will terminate, and after that in this function we will return the final sum result as an argument in this function. Now we will run our code. Let's go to terminal. Inside the terminal we will run our code. At first we will compile the code, then we will execute our code. Okay, this program says us to enter a number. We will input 7777, enter. This program says us that the summation is less than 10. The summation is less than 10. That means the all digit are 7. The sum of these 4 digit will be 74, that equals to 28, I think 28, and 28 is greater than 10. So again the function will terminate, and that sum of 28, the digit of sum of 28 is 8 is 10. So final result, final sum is 10. That means we have correctly wrote our program in this